what's going to happen. I don't even know what's going to happen. It is Saturday evening. It is 6:25 a.m. It is December 14th. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday evening. My name is Ken Tracy, and I am host of the show Coffee with Ken, which is a live show that I've been doing in one form or other for about 5.5 years. And I normally go live here on TikTok every morning, sometime between 5:30 and 6:30. And I talk for about an hour. Usually have a good time, usually get a nice engagement. Something happened in my life along the last 5.5 years that I believe God has put me on this planet to create content and to talk to his phone and to work through issues in his own life and to share his stories and share his dreams and share his struggles and share his pains and joys in a way that resonates with an audience. And I just got back. I was supposed to be working tonight. I've been working as a waiter in a restaurant here in Naperville for the last 4 or 5 months. And the restaurant, I got started right at the end of summer, right at the end of their busy period. And they were needing a lot of employees and needing a lot of hours to be taken, and their restaurant was packed. But it's about to move into the slow period. And over the last 3 months or so, my shifts have been cut back as have other waiters, and their need for me has been cut back. And honestly, monetarily, it's been a struggle, but emotionally, it's been challenging as well. Because when I'm at work these days, I've been spending more time looking for things to do than having things to do. And I've talked about it a lot. I think we all work for money and we all have jobs for money, but I also think there's value in it in feeling a purpose and a need and a reason. And honestly, over the last month or so, the purpose, the need, and the reason haven't been there as much, and the money's been up and down. And because of that, I've had to make some drastic changes in my life. I decided to cut costs. I moved out of my extended stay that I was staying at and spending about $1,600 a month. Bought a car, a little Kia Soul that you see me in right now in front of you. And have been staying in that Kia Soul for the last maybe 4 weeks. And honestly, it hasn't been that bad. I know it's going to sound crazy to a lot of you, and maybe it is crazy. But I'll tell you what, I might just be a little crazy. I might just be a little crazy. Crazy enough to make it work. And I figured, okay, let's get through this tough period at the restaurant. Maybe come into Christmas season, they'll pick up and they'll be busy and I'll be needed more and I'll have more tables and I'll have better sections and this and that. But it doesn't seem like it's panning out. And honestly, I have some concerns about the long-term viability of this restaurant. I haven't talked about it much, but I do. And it worries me. So here I am on Saturday night, going live on a great day. I've had a great day, but a day I was thinking I was going to work, but it turns out they didn't need me. And kind of going, huh. That happens too often. I was working 6 days a week when I first got hired. I told my boss during the interview I'd be needing to make about $1,500 a week to make it work, and that didn't happen. But I found ways by cutting costs to get by on maybe half that, $800 a week or so. And I thought I could do that. But as the restaurant slowed, my shifts have been reduced and my earnings have been reduced, and my feeling of productivity and goodness and all the reasons we work and go to work. And kind of has me bummed. But I am a believer in that things happen for a reason. And sometimes you're not sure what that reason is. Sometimes God has plans for you that you don't fully understand. And God's timeline might not be your timeline. And on an aside, I've been doing Coffee with Ken for about 5.5 years now. And it started out just as a whim, as a guy needing to talk and get stuff off his chest. But about 3 years ago, I started thinking about it from a different perspectives, one which I enjoyed, one which gave me purpose, one which I could talk about sobriety or mental health or financial highs and lows or relationship struggles in a way that would resonate with an audience and connect to an audience. And honestly, I think I have an ability to talk in a way that connects to people for whatever reason. I don't know. I got 61 people tuning in right now. And that feels good for me. And I've watched it grow. And it has grown. And it grows every day. And I get more subscribers here on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook every day. And I see the revenue going up there. And as I'm riding back, I was out in Oswego today. Had a great day. Watched my daughter do a cheer competition. It was her first cheer competition, her competitive cheer at her high school. I didn't know they had competitive cheer. And it's not like cheering at a football game, although she does that as well. But it's a really cool competition, which is a neat mix of cheer, gymnastics, and kind of dance, if you will. And you guys have probably seen it. I think they have shows on various cable channels like Cheer Mom or something like that. You've probably seen it before. And I'd seen it a little bit, but I'd never seen it at the high school level. And anyway, I went out there and watched my daughter and her team compete and probably like 15 other teams compete, and just had so much fun. If I had any gymnastic ability, I could have been a hell of a cheerleader. Because I got a lot of pep in my step. So I was cheering. I was taking a video of my daughter. I was holding the camera, trying to hold it as stable as I can. And screaming periodically, but not trying to scream too much because I was holding the camera and doing a video of it, and I didn't want to sound like a crazy man screaming for my daughter during the camera holding. But honestly, I found it a little challenging because my shoulders started to hurt. Her competition was like 3.5 minutes, and I don't know, just holding my hands like here with the phone for 3.5 minutes got tiring. It's funny I say that. I go in, I work out every other day at least, and I'm pretty strong right now. It's almost as strong as I've ever been. And holding a little phone like this was tiresome for my shoulders. So maybe I'm not as strong as I think. But anyway, had a great time. Was really proud of her, and she looked beautiful. And saw my first ex-wife there, and actually she looked pretty good too. She lightened her hair and had some makeup on and looked real nice as well. So kudos to both of them, and it was a lot of fun. And just got back into Naperville from there. So and on the ride back, I'm thinking, okay, they don't really need me where I'm working, it doesn't feel, or at least need me enough to rely on. What do you do in such a situation? What do I do in such a situation? I mean, I've already cut costs. And at my current cost level, my needs, which are primarily child support and sustenance for myself, are somewhat minimal because I've removed the housing component from the equation. That's not a long-term solution. I look forward to laying in bed and watching cable TV. I promise you that. But for now, it works. For now, it works. So my needs aren't that great. And I could probably get a job anywhere. And even if I'm making $20 an hour, I don't know, stocking shelves at a retail store, if I'm working 30 hours a week, that would probably cover my costs. I mean, covering my costs, living in the car doesn't sound so exciting. But it would move me forward. It would move me forward. And I was thinking about it just in a minimal way. If I'm living in my car, I need to make about $60 a day from somewhere. And I'm currently making maybe 15 a day on social media, and maybe about the same. I mean, okay, so I'm currently bringing in about $30 a day on social media, or on already without working. So I need to find at minimum $30 a day while I'm living in my car. But I don't want to do this for long because I felt kind of anxious and stressed out and agitated. And I think, sleeping has been impacted. But again, the stress, it's weird. The stress of not working, the stress of not being needed, the stress of not feeling valued at work because they just don't need me has been fairly great for me and has been weighing on me. And I talk a lot about after I left real estate a couple of years back, I worked at Target. And I don't want to work at Target. Target's not a good environment for me at all. But it was still felt good and it felt productive, and I stocked shelves and I packed boxes and I stored things, but it felt good being productive and I enjoyed it for a while. Don't know what my point is other than I don't want to work at Target and I want more money than that. And I know I can get more money than that. But either way, since I've cut my costs, it feels good to have options open to me. Because while I was staying at the extended stay and while I was renting houses and homes in the past and spending $200 or $2,500 on rent every month, along with my other expenses, my needs were much greater. And right now, because I've cut costs so dramatically, my needs are dramatically less. So either way, as I'm living right now, being tired, being stressed, being cold at night sometimes, I need to be making $60 a day. That's living in a Kia Soul. If I want to live a little, if I bring in $200 a day, and we're talking 7 days a week, 30 days a month, at $200 a day, at $6,000 a month, $4,800 or something after taxes. It's not going to leave. I'm not going to be living great and renting a real, I'm not going to be living high on the hog, or that's not going to be a ton of money for me, even at $6,000 after my expenses and after renting a home. So my point is, A, I may not have a point. A, I may not have a point. But B, I feel really good, and I was thinking about it on the way home. I think one of the reasons I like going live and that Coffee with Ken exists, and what gives me the energy to do it, is it's an opportunity for me to brainstorm creatively and think about things and work through some stuff and come up with solutions. And despite what you 82 people watching right now might think, I'm very rarely looking for any advice from any of y'all. If I want advice from anybody, I'll probably call one of my friends and ask them, hey, here's my situation. But what I've realized is the world, the masses, like watching me talk. Like watching me talk. And they like weighing in on one side or the other. And I have an ability to stir emotions in people. To stir emotions in people. And I got people that love me and thank me and send me messages saying, keep going, way to go, we're proud of you, you're helping me stay sober, you're helping me deal with my mental health. And then I got a group of people going, you're a loser, get a real job, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I'll tell you what, I love y'all. I love y'all. I really do. And the one thing that's growing most consistently is my audiences here on social media and my revenue I'm generating in social media. Because I have the gift of stirring people's emotions. Whether they love me or hate me, it don't matter. It pays the same. So I get to do that and brainstorm. And like I said, I think things happen for a reason. And the reason the restaurant didn't need me tonight was because I was supposed to go live on this rainy day in Naperville and brainstorm and talk and run through ideas and think about things and come up with solutions or be okay with where I'm at and realize things are okay. And that I had a great day today. And I saw my daughter, and she was proud, and she was beautiful. And I sat with a bunch of parents from Oswego East and had a great time. In my travels today, I came across two little ones. Well, actually, one was a big one was a little one with Down syndrome. And the reason I bring that up, I have a son, Augie, who's 3.5, and he has Down syndrome. And I think if you have a child with Down syndrome, you feel, at least I do, a special bond to other families or parents and people that have Down syndrome. And for some reason, when I see a little baby or an adult or a human that has Down syndrome, I just have the want or the want to go up and almost hug them. I generally don't do that. That would be a little... But I'll often go to the parents going, hey, is this your little boy, your little girl? And then I'll show them a picture of Augie. And, I don't know, always makes me smile. Always makes me smile. And I told a woman today who had a son named Tyler, who was a young adult, or an adult maybe, she was sharing her feelings and saying how it's such an adventure and how it's such a blessing. And I shared with her how I almost feel bad for parents that haven't experienced how cool it is. Yeah. How cool it is. Yeah. So overall, I don't know what my point is for you. Richard Davis asked, do I want input or not? Not really. Not really. I mean, I'm not even looking at the phone. So if anyone's hoping for any great engagement with me, you're not going to get it tonight. You know, I might glance over it occasionally. But sometimes it just feels really good to talk. And if you all want to watch me talk on a Saturday night and help me grow my social media platform and either like or hate my videos, because it doesn't matter. I get paid the same on them. I get paid the same whether you love me or hate me. Made me kind of chuckle today. I'll tell you what, nothing inspires me more than a good negative comment on one of my videos to post another. And by doing that, my audience grows, my revenue grows. And so on this rainy night coming at you from Naperville, Illinois, I was not needed at my job because I needed to move forward in a bunch of different ways. And in one small way was hopping on live on a Saturday night here on TikTok and rambling for however long I've rambled. Does anyone have any idea how long I've rambled? I don't know. I don't know. But it felt real good. It felt real good. I'm not sure. I haven't been staring at the phone, but I think I actually saw a few people follow my page. Follow me. And I feel better. I feel like I got stuff off my chest. I'm less stressed. I'm ready to... I think I might go into the library's closed. It might close early on a Saturday night. I parked in front of the library. I was hoping to read a newspaper, but I think it might close early on a Saturday night. Yeah, I think it does. Oh yeah, it's dark. Couldn't read a newspaper in there. It's weird they close early on a Saturday night. They're open till 9 on every other day, but for some reason they closed at 5 on a Saturday. Don't know. I do not know. But either way, that's okay. That's okay. Because I did what I think I was supposed to. And it was hopping on live on a Saturday night, which I normally don't. And, I don't know. Talking to 77 people that wanted to hear me talk for whatever reason. For whatever reason. And I appreciate you guys for wanting to listen to me talk. And just kind of work through some of the stuff and work through some of the numbers and the needs and the desires and figuring out my next step. Because just you being there helps me work through it. And if I get to brainstorm and talk, because I'm driving back from Oswego in the rain and my mind's racing. My mind's got all, hey, beautiful, thank you so much for sending me the heart puff and the keychain and the rose. But my mind is racing on the ride back, and I'm kind of almost talking to myself. I don't know if my mouth's moving or the words are actually coming out, but my mind's going. And it feels better to actually say it and speak it and get it out. And if you guys, for whatever reason, enjoy listening to me talk, and hearing the thoughts of one man, one 56-year-old man who lives in Naperville, Illinois, who's moving forward every day and just doing the best he can and loving on his kids, and was so proud of his daughter at the cheer competition today. I thank you for watching. I thank you for following along. I hope you subscribe to my page. I so appreciate all of you. I really do. I hope you've had a wonderful Saturday. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.